Right, so I'm going to show you guys how I installed the pedal box into my car. Now there's two reasons that I did this. The first reason was my brakes were real close to the turbo and exhaust, and ended up actually melting them at Tauranga. And the second reason is that while I've been chasing other drivers, I've been locking up the front brakes. I've got to press the brake pedal and the brake booster just does that extra little bit of assistance and end up locking up a wheel, and hopefully having this pedal box is gonna eliminate that problem. So yeah, let's get into it. There's a ton of fabrication in here. So we've got our drawing, bit of steel, it's gonna go on there, fold it up and start cutting shit. Bend it. Yeah. There we go. Oh, this one's tight. It's good. That is a snug fit. So I made our first two brackets to make this all bolt in, and decided we're going to go on the outside of the pedal box. Yep, we'll go with that. And it's all getting hot. So pretty much made the base of the bracket, lightened it all up, and just going to mount it on here. I've got the pedals all sitting in, ready to oh man, what have I done? Whew, far out. Alright, I've got the pedals sitting in. Just want to put them back a little bit further, but I'm actually hitting on the steering column. So I'm going to have to notch a little piece out of the back of the clutch pedal stop. Alright, all clearance. Throw it in, see if it fits. Take note about what I just did there in the video with the grinder. That actually come back to heavily bite me. A little bit of a lack of judgment there on my behalf. We'll show you a bit later on what happened. So I've got the pedals all mocked up and they actually feel really good where they are. This is a slightly different place to where I originally thought they were going to mount. It took me ages to make my mind up how I was going to mount these. Finally decided just like that. Just got to lop off these tabs here, cut them off and weld them on. These things are in here so solid. I mean, it's not even welded or anything. So yeah, throw a tack weld on there, another one on there.
Oh, fuck. That's me. Not fun. Not fun at all. It's all good. Ah. Oh. Ah.
She's all welded on now. On the not fun scale, that was pretty up there. Very, very uncomfortable. But check it out. Hopefully it is satisfactory. Got a little bit of left hand welding under there. So just going to make a real simple bracket. Beauty. I'll make the bracket up. I'll see you guys soon. So we had a professionally bent bracket using the crack tools. Just joking. Jesus, that's rough. Woo! Finally got it done. Man, it took fucking ages. So that matches into there. Let's fit the pedal box up to it and then throw it in the car. Make a couple of plates up for where the boost used to be and the clutch master cylinder. And this plate here will also tie in our the new pedal box mount. So we've got our plates made up, come up pretty good I think. Alright, so we're going to make a little bracket up for our brake bias. This is used to adjust the front to rear bias to the car. There's a pivot point in there that adjusts and then applies more pressure as you push the pedal down to either the front or the rear master cylinders. So we've created up a little simple bracket, easy to adjust. Getting up to mounting up the, well, not mounting, creating foot plate for the bottom here, because for a long time my foot's been the heel of my foot's been catching on this little lip here while I put the clutch in. So just sitting here doing a bit of research, seen Ryan Turk's done a pretty sweet little design on his GKTech. So let's go to the drawing board and see what we come up with. 170. Probably the most exciting part about this build for me. I've always thought they looked sick. I've never had one before. We might put one over in there as well at some stage, especially because there's hot radiator pipes over there. Pedal box pretty much all mounted up. Now we throw on the reservoirs. So I've made up the brackets that are going to mount up our reservoirs. So the bracket's just going to mount onto the roll cage like that. Going to have our reservoir bracket on there and just position it and then weld it in place. So we've given all the areas a nice little clean. Going to weld these on there. Then go test fit into the car. Yeah, that weld came out alright. Relatively pretty happy with that. Not happy with this weld. Looks like fucking shit. But you get that. Yeah, so we're finally on to doing all the brake fittings. So gone and visited Motorsport Plumbing Supplies. Got ourselves a good selection of -3 stainless braided fittings. So I kind of thought this would happen, but I was just trying to stay positive and I didn't check it before, but our fitting won't screw onto there. So I'll need to notch this out. now she fits. Alright, so computer is in the way. All that messy wiring I need to tidy up. So we'll get that out of the way and then we'll figure out exactly where we can run all these lines. And we should have a fucking perfect flare. Check that out. Just as good as factory. That's good. I like it. We're going to get the partner to give me a hand to bleed the brakes.
Hey.
She's thrilled.
Hey, buddy.
Little bleeding partner. Okay, so pump it up means until it's hard, and then you hold it down. And then when I release the nipple, you'll go all the way till it stops and hold it there, and then I'll tell you what to do. Pump it up. Hold it down. And of course we have brake lights. So it comes on about there. Second and hopefully final version of our throttle cable bracket. So I've copied the Nissan throttle pedal here, really simple, and the cable just goes in there. There's a little white clip that goes in there, and I'll just cut a bit of material off after done. So we're just going to glue it together with a TIG, and fingers crossed this one's going to be perfect. Just do a test fit and then we'll fully weld it. We have a throttle pedal. Insert stick 2J, this is right here. I never thought I'd be so excited about having the throttle working. I think it's time to do a bit of a clean up of the wiring. Just sort of started. Got an old water pump controller here, which I no longer use, so I can hardwire that in, and just a few other bits and pieces that need tidying up. This here was just dual core. Put some nice wrap on it, pin along the firewall there, and just make things tidy again. I've just done so many rush jobs over the past to get to events. Like this is the new dash recently installed, but it's just not neat and tidy. So I'm going to do some cleaning up, and considering not running a dash, you know, I quite like the raw sort of look, especially if things are tidy enough to be able to run it like that. Let's see how it turns out. So pedal box is all in, so let's show you guys it in action. previously I said this is going to come back and bite me in the ass. Well, it did.
There's our issue there. Our pedal stop's been around, gave the pedal way more travel, and our throw-up bearing inside the gearbox is actually blowing out. Not ideal, so I'm going to figure out how we're going to fix that.
Now we've done 2 events with this new pedal box. We did the Gauntlet, which was our ASB Showgrounds, which the pedals must have been working because we managed to win that event. After that event I fried the clutch, threw another clutch in, totally different brand, and then we got into Pukekohe. Pukekohe I had major issues. We ended up, the clutch pedal stop bent, as you've seen previously in one of the clips, and the throw-up bearing actually came out because we had so much pedal travel. 3 things that stand out for me. So with the clutch, previously with factory Nissan stuff, I could only find a 584 master cylinder. Now I've got the 3/4 bore master cylinder in there, which is what's needed to suit the whole setup. So that's a bonus, we can do that now. With the brakes, I am way less where I'm locking up the brakes when chasing. I did notice it in the clip. There was a couple of times that I locked it up, but nothing like I was doing before. Like there was full massive wheel drags for quite a while previously. And the third thing is the throttle now, I'd say it almost has double the amount of travel. So to me, I feel like I'm able to play with the throttle way more. An adjustment, you know, a decent little adjustment on the throttle does not do a hell of a lot of the engine anymore. So I can really try to just use that throttle to drive the traction down. And I did notice once this pedal box was in that I have been able to get the traction down a little bit more. That in unison with I have thrown in a rear sway bar. So yeah, it's been beneficial. There is one negative I would say about the pedal box, and I actually ran out of brake proportioning, so we're now at, I don't know, I've got like 83% or something on the front, or no, 70, it's close, it's like 80-20%, so 20% rear brakes, 80% front brakes, but I cannot put more front brakes in it, and I would like to put a little bit more in if I could. And the other thing is, I feel like I've got the master cylinders, not the correct ones in there, so the pedal just doesn't feel nice, like it's soft, whereas I'd like a lot more firmer feel, so might swap them around, because we're currently running, on the clutch we're running a 3/4 master cylinder, which that's fine. On the front brakes we're running a 0.625 master cylinder, and on the rear brakes we're running the 0.75. So I'm just going to do a little bit of research there and maybe get another master for the front, or change the rear size and see what we can do there. So thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I've got a few more videos coming out. There's always content on its way, so yeah, enjoy.